Want this chair link?
Welcome to the table, to the circle. Have a seat.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is a surprise we did not expect. I guess we're gonna have this conversation tonight.
What's going on? I'm not trying to be around for like 3 hours. I'm just gonna do some shit. I'm going to bed.
Okay. Well, we could just have this meeting another day then.
Mean about what?
I was asking the Dons how they felt about me because it feels like there's a very apparent problem.
What is the problem this time?
That's what I was just wondering, because I'm not sure.
Not even me. I don't know. I don't think there's a problem. Is there a problem?
Everything I've done, everything I've attempted to do has been discredited to the fullest degree. So I'm just wondering, right? I was saying earlier that if there is a problem and you guys don't fuck with me, that's no problem. I would just like to address it before things turn sour and shit hits the fan.
Discredited how exactly?
In every situation. That's the thing, right? Like I can go into this, but we'll be here for a while, right? Do you want to hop into it?
What do you want credit for, Martin?
I don't want credit.
It's quite literally what you just said.
No, I said I'm okay. See, I don't think there's a point in this conversation.
Why? If you're being discredited for shit, it's clear that you want credit. Like, what are you saying?
No, see, you're taking it too literally here. Here's the thing, right? Like, just even like the way you talk to me, it's like I'm completely just being belittled. I haven't even hopped into this situation, right? This is a backwards conversation.
You how exactly?
Your sentences.
What does that even mean?
So I said, right? I mean, it's just a mannerism, right?
Just go into the scenario where we just got heated over the meeting when you wanted a gun back and then you kind of got shot, went off, like wasn't happy that this apparently was your personal gun. Just go into that situation where we just literally just had things just got heated right there.
Right. So I went into that meeting where you guys called me down, and we were discussing the whole game plan and everything was going all fair and square, all Gucci, all chilling. And when I told you guys that I needed my gun, right, because I put in 2 guns for the group, and that's for the group, but there was a third one in there for safekeeping, and I wanted my gun back, I was told basically, good luck, have fun, right? So I was left weaponless, and
no, you had guns. You had guns.
No, but at the time, at that first meeting, we established the game plan as me turning the shit back in, right? At the very least, the guns, the USBs we would hold as hostage, right? I was gonna give all the shit back, but not the USBs, right? And that was the guns as well.
Did we not establish? Didn't Harry tell you not to turn those guns in? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that was the second time I came around. But at that first time, I was told to I was gonna turn this shit in, hold the USB hostage. Boom, boom. We all agreed. Everything's good to go. I'm like, yo, but I need my gun for protection because if shit goes sideways, I need shit, like, I don't know. Shit's going to get hectic, right? And I was told that the gun was better off in your guys' hands, not mine. So it's a pretty big spit in the fucking face, not going to lie.
You mentioned something about sanitation workers and something about Harry and Lang going off to defend them.
Right.
And not defending you after you got shot.
Right. So after that first meeting and we came back to the second meeting, we agreed, okay, the guns are on a need to use basis. And if shit goes down, go ahead and grab the guns and, we'll take care of a situation. Okay. When I got shot, none of you were there for me. And then when I went to this house, there were no guns. So clearly they were at the Don's house or they were they were all with you guys. So I was left defenseless in that situation as well. Okay. And 2 days ago, I see you and Harry both rolling out for a bunch of sanitation workers, right? And when I bought in, I was told it's us before anyone, right? Not sanitation before anyone or sanitation before us. So what went wrong there? I don't get it. Why am I not being defended? Why am I laying on the fucking ground next to Larry, and I get a fucking shrug and a blank stare? It's like I don't get it.
So let me get this straight. So you pawn off your entire Master Jean-Paul for me. I resolve it, and that's not enough for you.
I would love for you to clarify on what that means.
What do you mean?
I pawned off what?
It means. Your entire drama, okay, with Jean-Paul started however it fucking started. The entire thing was a pawn off to me to resolve. We resolved it, and that's not enough for you. Like, what else did you want?
No, I resolved it.
Okay, so you resolved it, sure, whatever.
Okay.
What else did you want from that situation?
Okay, so. Okay, I can lay it out. So when I went to that first meeting with you guys, I said this is what's gonna happen, right? I didn't know you guys wanted to even be involved in it. I said this was gonna happen. I'm gonna return all this shit. I'm gonna give the USB that they want. The rest of them, chilling. We're chilling, all right? And then I was told, no, let's do this in this fashion. And the exact way that I said the execution should be is what ended up happening. So if I just didn't even show up to that meeting and I went and did what I was supposed to do anyway, that conversation would have never happened. None of the heat would have even came to you, right? But it did. So I solved it 100%.
Okay, so what more else did you want?
I don't know what you're asking.
That entire situation got solved. You're saying we stood there with a blank stare after you got shot. What more did you want to happen there?
When I got shot, I wanted people to fucking defend me and care about me.
But we're also simultaneously that day agreeing to resolve the whole thing.
Right. But you told me to hold the shit hostage. If I didn't do that and I just went and did what I was supposed to do and planned to do, I would have never gotten fucking shot.
Oh, it's my fault you got shot.
I'm not saying that. I've learned in my life.
What are you saying?
I've learned in my life as a group in hierarchy, right? The person that makes the decisions, they make the decisions and we're wrong together and we're right together. I don't see it as anyone's fault. I don't see it that way, and I never will. Right?
What?
Okay. Forget it.
The thing is, Martin, you
What
know,
do you mean forget? Just explain it.
I'm not pointing blame at anybody because I see us as one, right? So if the decision maker made a decision that wasn't ideal, that's not their fault. That was a decision that we made together.
Yeah, but what you're saying is confusing because that day we agreed to resolve it, but now you're saying you wanted more to happen out of you getting shot. So why did we agree to resolve it then?
I don't think you're understanding what I'm telling you. What I'm saying is what the problem was there is that when I went to that first meeting, I was told, good luck, have fun, and defenseless. And then when I got shot, nobody was there to back me up.
But you can spin it that way if you want, yeah.
Nobody was there when I got shot. And when I went to this house, there were no guns for me to defend myself.
Except we were there and resolved the entire situation the same day.
What kind of solution did you want, Martin? Did you want us to go to war?
That's what I'm understanding. Like, the entire thing was resolved the same day this happened. So, like, what did you want something else to happen?
You want us to shoot Rami or?
No. I'm not saying anything specific should have happened, right? But we agreed at that second meeting that we were going to have the guns in a specific area. So if shit went down, we could attend to them. But I was never even given that option from the jump.
Pretty sure the guns are in that bench right now.
Yeah, now they are because you rolled out and you were protecting sanitation workers, not me.
So we didn't protect you that day.
Yep, and you didn't care for me or Larry.
Us spending the entire day resolving that situation was what then?
In what way did anyone here resolve it?
What do you mean? I spent fucking hours on the phone talking to fucking Mr. K and John Paul on your fucking behalf because I apparently had to make all the fucking decisions and then I chose to resolve it.
You chose to make those decisions.
Yeah.
So you put that on yourself, right? I said from the jump, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the guns, I'm gonna give the USB back, all will be square. And you had me not do that and had me bargain some shit that was already going to happen, right?
It's crazy how you're twisting this. We did not do that because Jean Paul told you that you can give him the shit back and be square, but he's still going to go after everybody else. Why are you leaving convenient
but
parts of the story out?
But the thing is, if I went and handled that shit myself, right? If I went and handled that shit myself, right? And you guys weren't the middleman, I would have already found out about that.
You would have been okay.
By myself.
Everybody else would have been fucked, of course, yeah.
No, that's not the case. I would have already have been told about it because the conversation would have been the exact fucking same, okay? And I would have obviously said, I'm not giving this shit back unless you don't have a problem with any of these people. And then he would have said, yeah, because those guns are worth $1 bajillion to him, that USB was worth $1 bajillion to him. It would have been the same exact result.
Except none of that happened. You're just going based off of assumptions now to do whatever the fuck it is you're doing right now.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, we decided not to return shit when he threatened to still go after everybody else but you if you were to return it. And every time Jean Paul would call me, he would say that you were saying to speak to me, and I had to make the decision. Did you forget that part too? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, you did have to make the decision.
I feel like context is really important as well.
So in that moment, we decided to resolve it, and it was never brought up. Let's go clap that motherfucker for shooting me. That was never brought up. And now all of a sudden it's being brought up because it's very convenient for you. We could have talked about that very day we were deciding what the fuck are we doing.
What? When Rami shot me, the first thing I did was call you and say, I'm trying to roll out. Can we roll out? That's almost word for word what I said to you.
And then we talked through through that shit and agreed to try and resolve this. Like, I'm very confused.
Right, because like I said, right? When the decision maker makes a decision, I'm not gonna sit there and question it. I'm right and wrong with that person, right? So if you were against it, I'm also against it.
That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We both agreed we should resolve it. We both talked about it.
Right, because it's like I was saying before, Luciano, Harry, and Gigi. There was a lot that day, and shit was very tense, right? And I'm not trying to add on to the plate. So yeah, I agreed because I'm not trying to make the situation more tense and stressful than it was, right? But yeah.
You agree we move on, we resolve it, but now all of a sudden it's a problem? Like, this is very confusing.
I have something to say as well. I mean,
No.
you mentioned that you don't question any of the decisions that are made, but you know the decision that was made, and it was to go through diplomacy and not violence. But you're bringing it up here as well.
Right.
That
No.
you preferred us to do something else.
So in that conversation on that phone call, we agreed to work shit out, and I said, well, regardless, I'm still gonna roll out. All right. And in that situation, after that happened, I go to the house like 10, 15 minutes later, no guns, defenseless.
But now you're bringing in like something else we already just talked about.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the thing's, man, if you're gonna roll out, like, do you know how many people we have? Like if you ain't got a whole bunch of people to be, directly by your side because you want to immediately roll out on fucking Shangang, the group that lives behind us, and Jean Paul. Like, I think a little bit more thought into that shit. Probably not a bad idea.
And that's exactly what we did, and we just decided to resolve it. This is why this is very confusing.
Like it's not just about like you and even just the people in this room. Like, there's a whole other people that would suffer due to just rolling out. Oh, let's go shoot up Shangang. Like, come on.
I got shot.
And we chose to resolve it after you got shot, my man. Like, why are you taking that so personal? It doesn't make any sense. When you first got bought in, and shit was fucking all-time high with Jean Paul and the fucking company, and we were getting shot, we weren't taking it personal that you were staying out of it.
Yep.
We fucking understood.
Right, but
I was in this building with you, crouching. Well, they were getting shot up. I ran out, and you said you're not getting involved, and I never come back.
Right, but I told Lang and I told multiple Dons. I said, I want to sit out, but if there's an issue at any time and you need me, I'm there. Say the word and I'm there. But if I don't have to be, I don't want to be. Right, and I was ready.
And we understood that, and we let you sit out. So why? The problem is here, we agreed to resolve this that very day when you could have brought up and been like, nah, let's go clap these motherfuckers. They shot at me. We never had a discussion. And don't say you don't like the question or whatever the fuck when you do like the question a lot. As a matter of fact, you've done that a lot, and that's okay, but don't pretend like it's something you don't do.
Right.
When we had those meetings at Cyprus, I guarantee you, I don't think anyone here, I'm gonna be honest, wants to just roll out, like I said, on fucking Shangang and Jean Paul. Like, especially since we just literally came out of conflict with the company like a week or two before that involved Jean Paul.
That doesn't even matter. The point is here is we talked about what we wanted to do, and we agreed on what we wanted to do. But now all of a sudden what we agreed on is a problem because you got shot. But that was never brought up before until right now.
Every single time I've ever questioned any single thing, I got completely fucking dogged on and accused and assumed that I was fucking evil. So of course, I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth like a good fucking bitch. Of course I am. Of course. Yes, of course.
Who assumed you were evil?
You. When I found a problem with the system and the kickback thing, and I brought it up to you to hopefully find a solution to it, you accused me of looking for ways to scam the group and trying to scam the group.
That is assuming you're evil?
Yes.
My man, Marty,
anyone that
are very dramatic.
Anyone that plans to scam the group of people where we're all working together in unison for one common goal, if I'm looking for ways and planning for ways to scam, yes, that would make me evil.
I mean, sure, in whatever world you live in, sure.
Okay.
If that's what you think my assumption of you was, then it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and argue different.
Okay.
The thing is, man, you said this whole thing started because you said that you feel like that you're not welcome in this group, but you excluded and said that Luciano and Gigi made you feel welcome.
Yeah.
So why is it that me, Lang, and Tony are doing that makes you feel like you're not welcome?
Well, Luciano and Gigi are the only ones that are receptive to anything that I tell them. Harry, you and I was receptive to everything you told me, and you were receptive to everything that I've told you, or whatever the fuck. And then as soon as that situation happened with the whole VU thing, You completely stopped talking to me. We completely separated ways. We haven't talked since until yesterday.
But that wasn't because of anything other than like I just don't grow anymore, Martin. We spent time together because we were growing together. I don't grow anymore. I haven't grown for like a
Right.
month. I've been full diving into moonshine, and I helped you as much as I could yesterday when you wanted to get involved with it too. I haven't. I think you got it in your head that I'm like avoiding you. Like you ask anyone here, these guys don't see me. I'm in the sewers. You ask Lang, you ask Luciano, you ask Gigi. They don't see me. I come up when I need to come up. That's it. I'm in the sewers. Nothing personal against you.
Okay.
I haven't been avoiding you or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. It sounds like you have personal gripes with shit, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. The twisting of the story is strange, though. We agreed to resolve that together. I don't know why. I get you being shot. I get how you could feel about that, but that was never brought up that day, not once. You had guns. I don't know. I would pretend like you didn't have a gun.
Right, but I'm saying in the situation, the first one we laid out, right, and I was called back, and I'm surely you guys realized that it was fucking crazy to leave me out in the fucking open, but that was the initial intention, to leave me out in the open with no guns, defenseless, ready to fucking die for this shit. For what?
Again, like you just painting yourself a victim. It's just not how I remember the conversation going down.
That's
I
not how that went
I
down.
clearly must be the victim.
I remember hearing that the guns were owed to John Paul, and you were planning to give them back to him, and that's all you said. And then my initial thing was like, "Fuck no, you ain't giving shit back to John Paul because you're gonna use those guns to come at us." That's all I remember from that conversation. I don't remember you saying like, "Actually, guys, this is fucked up." Like one of those guns is mine. Like.
I mean, Gigi already vouched that she did hear me say that it was one of them was mine. So, yeah.
Hey, I was there. He said he gave the breakdown of the 3 guns. I do remember that.
You weren't given a gun because we needed the guns, and you had guns. Like, it's just very simple.
Okay.
That's just as simple as that gets. I don't know what else to say. And then in that same day, we agreed, fuck it, let's just resolve the whole thing. So this is just very confusing.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I must be overthinking this whole situation.
You indeed are, yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry for the confusion, guys.
I mean, why are you acting cheeky? I mean, what else do you have a problem with?
Yeah,
I mean,
we just air it all out because like, you can just tell by your tone that like you're not over it, Martin. Like it's just like we're not gonna get anywhere.
Absolutely, we're not going to get anywhere, right? I think I mean, maybe I just must see this wrong, right? I must just see this wrong. So I imagine us as a team, and in a team, when we talk to each other, right, in terms of criticism, it's supposed to be criticism in a way that's constructive, right? But in this entire conversation, I'm trying to give you my side of things on how my perception has been, and none of you are giving me your perception. It's just, oh, you're twisting this. This is where you're wrong. This is where you're wrong. This is that. And I'm being attacked. We're not building together. I'm being attacked, and now I have to go in defense mode. This is not constructive.
Nobody is attacking you, my man.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Martin, listen, you shot Jean Paul. You made the decision to do that, and you got shot back. Just because and then we agreed that we weren't gonna fight fire with fire. We're gonna go out at a different angle. Like I'm sorry you got shot. But you gotta let that go. I've been shot too.
I
Lots of
absolutely
people
let
have
it
been
go.
shot.
If that's what you've gotten out of this conversation, then I'm sorry.
It's not just that. And then the gun thing as well. Mine, I've picked up a gun one time in God knows how long we've had them. One time to go and try and stop some of the sanitation workers from getting fucked in the ass. One time I've gone to go grab a gun. I don't roll around with a gun. I don't have easy access to guns. You ain't so hard done by as you're making out, man. You're just not. I'm sorry. You don't have it that bad.
Right.
I mean, what do you mean, right? I mean, he's pretty accurate with that information. I'm gonna be honest. We spent the entire day resolving that situation.
We did have your back, Martin. It's just maybe it wasn't the way you perhaps wanted us to have you back. Lang was having calls back to back. I was with him the entire day. And after you mentioned to Chain Gang about the whole dongles, I mean, he had a pretty big target on his back. People were fucking ringing his phone left and right. We resolved it. We solved the issue. Maybe not with guns, but it was resolved at the end of the day.
I was in the sewer the whole day, ready for a phone call to come up here and if shootouts going to start happening, but Lang solved the shit and, nothing ever happened, thank God.
So why is this being brought up now, not before, if you had a problem? It's the part I just don't understand.
It's like I was saying before you shut up. I've made multiple attempts, right, to take it on the chin, right, through every regard of every attempt that I've made, and try to do quote unquote better. And I was asked at this meeting how I feel, so I asked the Duns how they feel about me, right, because it's very apparent that I'm not taken to any regard.
See,
I would
that's- see,
imagine.
that-
I would
that's-
imagine.
Apparent how? Like that doesn't make any sense.
That's what I mean. I don't get that. You're
Right.
treated like
So
everyone else.
I can
is
give
in
you
our, in
I
our
can give you
shit.
more examples, right? So when I joined the group, right, we discussed one of the things we discussed was that when businesses happen, we build off of each other's businesses, right? We invest in certain things, we go into certain things, right? And then I brought up the casino, and everyone seemed to be very excited about the casino and how it worked, right? And then when I come back, Lang, I called you for advice to have a sit down and try and figure things out, and you said no, and that you weren't into business whatsoever, and you didn't want to have the conversation. So,
You called me up. I said I want to be your goddamn COO, Martin.
well,
What-
HR.
What,
yeah.
what is wrong with me backing out of that? Is that not allowed? I can't be a grown ass man, realize I don't want to be involved in the casino business. That's a slight at you somehow.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying? That
It's just that we agreed, right? That when it comes to businesses, we build off of each other and this and this and that. And when I asked for advice and all that stuff, you completely shut it down. When prior you said that you were excited to hop into it and excited to talk about it further, but down the line, that conversation was denied.
I was.
it wasn't denied. I changed my mind. I'm not getting involved in that anymore.
So what changed your mind?
Does the reason matter? Can't me as a grown ass man just change my mind and that be okay?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I don't understand. How is that a slight at you? Because I'm not getting involved in something that I just decided I want to be involved in. That's not a slight at nobody. That's me just being my own man. I'm doing what the fuck I want.
Right, that's a fair point. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure everybody else here in this room was still very eager to get involved in the casino business. It could be me assuming because I don't know, but from what I've last understood, they are. So I don't understand how is that a slight at you in any way?
We have had a meeting. I was there at your place, at your business with Gigi, getting a good look at what was going on. That was the first step to that direction, right, Martin?
Right. Yeah, and I appreciate you for that. I mean, all three of you in that regard. I appreciate you all for that. Right. But Lang, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The way you talk to me and the way you regarded me, in terms of mannerism, treatment, the whole way through, is how I imagine it would be to be an intern at the company. I don't know how else to explain it. I feel like I'm an intern at the company when I speak with you.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know how to compute that in my mind.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
What is your preference of how you would rather it be? I don't know what the fuck that means.
Sorry. What'd you say?
What is your preference on how I should speak to you exactly?
Like the guy that on his own built a casino from the ground up with $0, has a Bitcoin farm that's mining 70 coins a day, and brings a fuck ton to the table, and not throw all of it in the fucking garbage, right? Like
How am I throwing it all of it in the garbage exactly? Are you just like making up scenarios in your head that now you believe is true that is false? Like I'm very confused.
In every single situation where I've tried to bring something to you, they've all been disregarded and devalued 100%.
Like what else besides the whole casino business, my man?
The casino business, finding a flaw in the kickback system, right? That was one. The whole Bitcoin thing, with the whole pre-Bitcoin, as well as the Bitcoin where we bring in outside sources. I made a whole presentation, right? I didn't even get to present it. The guns, as soon as I brought in those guns, they were told that they were no value. But in reality, if it weren't for me, right, I paid for basically the entire contract. We wouldn't be able to afford the contract for the guns at that time. So this group would have had no guns, right? But now we have like 5, 6, and that's because of me.
So what do you want for like you want a hug for that? Like what do you want me to do out of that? I'm confused.
I don't want a fucking hug. I just want to stop being talked to like I'm a fucking idiot.
Let's be real.
Okay, but now that's changed, right? It went from that I don't want to be talked to like I'm a fucking idiot, but before you're saying I was disregarding everything you were doing.
Right.
So which one is it now? Because I'm starting to get very fucking confused.
Okay, I guess the best word to describe it is called respect, I guess.
Okay, and why do you feel like I don't respect you?
I mean, I explained that.
So the casino, whichever it explained, the butt coin. What is your issue with the butt coin?
I mean, it's not an issue per se. It's just that what?
What's
do
the
you mean?
issue?
Without me, this group would have 0 guns today, right? Unless you bought them.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
What do you mean?
I'm asking about the butt coin, man. I'm not asking about the guns.
Yeah, and that's Buttcoin related, right? I paid for the contract for this group to run it.
Wait, what?
I sent I think it was 65, 70 coins, and if we didn't have those coins, we wouldn't have been able to do the contract.
I'm so confused. Okay, so this is the Buttcoin situation that you're talking about right now.
It's part of it, yeah. And then I also had a proposition.
So how was that disregarded?
In every way possible.
Yeah, but how? Like how? That doesn't answer the question.
You said it was like useless, basically. But if we didn't have those guns,
what was useless? What did I say was useless? Can you just stop beating around the bush and just get to it?
I don't get what you're asking me.
How was this entire situation in your mind disregarded?
I mean, I think a perfect example is the way you're speaking to me right now, right? And I understand that there's a hierarchy, and I do my absolute best to respect it. But throughout my entirety of this group, other than the first week, I've been shown no respect from you in any regard.
But once again, you're like not answering the question.
I mean, just the way you're speaking to me now, like it's like you're attacking me. We're not talking in a civil manner, and
how am I attacking you? Because I'm asking questions. Like this is very confusing. I'm asking you your perspective.
Right. So, what do you need clarification on?
Well, once again, how did that entire situation in your mind you perceived was disregarded? The whole Buttcoin situation with the guns or whatever the fuck you said.
I mean, when we had the meeting, right? It was valued at basically nothing, right? And it wasn't about kickback. I don't really care about fucking kickback. I don't really care about fucking money. I have enough, right? And when situations happened, right? And like, for example, the whole fucking gun thing or whatever the fuck, it's like none of it was accounted for, right? None of it was taken into mind. That like without me.
But in what capacity? Like how would you want us to compute that? Like what did you want out of that?
I don't get what you mean by that. It's not really like it's not really a certain specific thing that I can point out, right? It's just an overall. It's an overall tone or not tone. Like I don't know how to describe it.
You want us to rejoice and celebrate and throw a party for you helping us out to get guns? Like I don't understand how we compute this to make you satisfied. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I'm not.
What did we tell you when we first bought you in? We don't do that here. Period. We just don't. Nobody gets pats in the back. We all work towards a bigger goal every fucking day. And you be proactive and do what you think is right. This is what I'm not understanding.
If you wouldn't be doing a good job, Martin, you wouldn't be here. That's our pat in the back.
I'm not asking for a fucking pat on the back.
I mean, respectfully, it seems like you want some form of that. 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's fine that you want that. But once again, we just don't do that here.
Right.
My opinion on a couple things you're saying, like you don't care about money, you don't care about kickbacks, but at the same time you want us to somehow acknowledge the work you've done. Well, I'll tell you right now. No, let me finish. That we acknowledge the work that's done by kickbacks. It's the only way we can do it. The problem with Buttcoin is no one even knows what the fuck it's worth. There's still no price on it, and how the fuck is supposed to value guns you brought in? And even if we did, they'd be too expensive. We couldn't even afford to pay you for them. The legal cop guns were going for like 50K each. I don't know if you looked in the safe, Martin. We don't have millions. Like we're building, and it doesn't even matter because you don't give a shit about kickbacks anyway. But that is the way people get like recognition.
Look, and Lang might, may have backed out of whatever he said he was gonna get into, or maybe just is doing his own thing, like you said. But you got me, you got Gigi, Harry. I don't know if Tony wanted to be able to work with you on your projects long term. I mean, that in and of itself is also us recognizing the work that you've done.
That's why it just doesn't make sense what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess you guys just aren't seeing it the way I'm seeing it, right? I'm not looking for recognition. It's not that, and I don't know how to describe it any better than just respect. And when I say that, I'm specifically talking about
disrespect. You have yet to define it. Whenever I ask you how we've disrespected you, you like talk about a whole other topic. Define the disrespect as best as you can.
Okay. Disrespect as best as I can, right? Throughout this conversation specifically, okay, you have not tried to understand my side. You have tried to poke holes in my situation and my story to prove me wrong. That's not respect.
How am I poking holes in your story for saying what the actual version of events were? Like, I'm
Right.
confused.
And here's the thing. I'm a human being and so are you. I could see things and perceive things a certain way. And of course, there's going to be flaws in that, but you are not empathizing in any regard. You're only pointing out those certain flaws out of a whole situation that's got a whole lot of things that aren't flawed and saying, this is why you feel that way. This is why you're wrong. Now get over it. That's not respect.
I never told you to get over it. I think you take like the words that we say and you paint an entire narrative in your mind that is just not true.
Okay.
You say we're poking holes in your story. We're just talking about what actually happened. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like we are literally talking about the events that occurred.
Tense as fuck. Okay. So I don't think this conversation is gonna get very many places, to be honest. I feel like you guys just aren't, well, I mean, Lang, I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to get at here, and I think it's best.
I mean, I get it. I think you're just dramatizing everything in your mind. I'm gonna be honest. You think we disrespect you or don't respect you, and it's more than likely the exact opposite.
Right. Yeah. So with that, we're probably just going in circles, right? So it's just better off just not speaking about this, right?
Well, I mean, you can talk about it all you want. I personally don't give a shit. You say what you feel and what your version of events is. You can do that all fucking day.
I'd rather.
If we didn't
not.
respect you, why the fuck would we even waste our time buying you in? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, that's why I came to this meeting and I asked that, right? I wanted to get the clarification.
Clarification on what? Why you were bought in?
No, on just why I'm being treated like fucking dog shit.
See,
Well,
that
I
kind
don't
of
think
pisses
you're
me
being.
off because
I don't think
feel
you're
like,
being treated like dog shit personally.
I feel like I always give you the time of day. Like,
Oh no, I mean,
I
Harry,
just-
I'm not speaking about you. I think you show me respect, 100%.
Okay, so who doesn't? Is it just me? Like, well, can you be more direct here? Like, I feel
mean,
like
yeah, I've said it, like, multiple
you're kinda beating
times.
around the bush a little bit.
I've said it multiple times. For the most part, it's absolutely just you.
So nobody else has got a
there's-
problem with here. Is what you said.
There's 5 people at the top, Martin. Even if one of them's not in line with you, I mean, we don't expect everybody here to like each other, right? I might not like Harry, but I'll still work with him. You know what I mean? If Lang don't like you, or vice versa, or you guys got problems or whatever, you still got 4 other Dons you can work with.
Well, Lang is the leader of this group.
No, I'm not. See, like this is what boggles my mind. Like me and Luciano have spent hours speaking to you before we bought you in, and then somehow you buy into a completely different narrative. This is what boggles my mind. We have spoken to you like I think it was like 4 different conversations on exactly how this worked, and then I even said, then even after we talked, I'm like, take another 24 hours and think about it before you buy in.
yeah, you don't have the information on what the fuck goes on, man, to be saying fucking bullshit like that.
Yeah, like
To
you
make a
saying
blanket
that,
statement
you
like
know
that,
you're bullshitting.
To say Lang runs this group is horseshit.
You go to the meetings, like you were involved in everything to see that literally is not true.
Okay.
This is none of your business, but we have an odd number for a reason. We literally have a fucking odd number of 5 people to vote shit.
Yeah, I was made aware of that.
So don't make fucking don't say bullshit like that.
So you were made aware of all these things. Me and Luciano took the time to talk to you, like I said so many times before we bought you in. So now how are you standing there and saying that it works completely different from what we talked about? Like that just doesn't make sense.
I'm not saying that it works completely different, right? But in my experience, right, when I ran my crew, there were multiple leaders, but there was always one person that made the final decision in that, right? The one person that every leader looked to. It's just kind of like a subconscious natural thing, right?
But
So from my experience,
but in the same breath, you're saying you're aware why there's 5 people at the top. Like you literally just said you were aware why there's 5 people at the top. And the reason why there's 5 people at the top is there's always going to be a majority vote and never a tie.
okay,
Once again, you're somehow convincing yourself of these narratives in your head that are just not real. Like you just convinced yourself that you think I lead this shit when that is far from the truth. And anybody in this fucking room will tell you that. Will solely lead this shit because I do help lead, but it's not just only me doing it.
okay. Well, sorry for the confusion then.
Yeah, you're apologizing for the confusion though, but I, it's hard for me to believe that you were confused because we took so much time to explain this to you.
Right, but I'm saying from my point of view, right? Running a crew when there's multiple leaders, there's just that subconscious thing where there is one person that heavily influences or everyone looks to in that group of leaders. And from my perspective, it seemed to be you in that situation. But if that's not the case and I was wrong, then I apologize for even saying that.
I was gonna say I think you know that you were wrong. I think you said that for the sake of saying that. I'm just saying.
Okay.
There's no way you believe the opposite. Like Martin, you've showed up to every meeting. Like you've been involved in everything that we've been doing and talking about. Like you understand how it works. I refuse to believe that you don't. Even subconscious, whatever. I get that, but we have been very vocal on how things work from the beginning.
I don't. Okay. Well, yep. Sorry for the confusion.
And even then, it's I am who I am, man. I'm not gonna change for nobody. I ain't gonna coddle you. I ain't gonna talk to you sweetly because of how you take things in or whatever. I just do what I do, my man. You have a problem with that? I don't know what to tell you. You want to pin up these giant crazy theories in your head? That's a you thing. You can do that all day if you fucking want. But the fact of the matter is, if we had no respect for you, whatever brought you in, if nobody in this room, if everybody in this room had a problem with you would already know that there was a problem. If there was a problem, you would know.
I know. Okay. Well, I guess that's that then. All right. Am I good to go?
One more question here, man.
What's up?
Are you gonna leave? Or are you gonna see this through?
I have no intentions of leaving. But the thing is, I mean, like the way I said how I feel is the way I feel, right? And if you don't see it the way I do, there's always going to be that miscommunication there, and it's always just going to. I think it'll just be more sour than it has to be.
I think you need to reevaluate what you think you bought into, personally.
Us not being on the same page, this ain't gonna work. We need to be on the same page. How can we get there?
Yeah, because it's not convincing when you say like the way you just ended that. Like, I can tell you're still not okay with it. We've basically got nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
I mean, I don't think I have the solution for you guys.
You understand? This puts everything in a uncomfortable position.
This is why I'm saying you need to reevaluate what you think you bought into.
In what way?
I mean, I truly believe that you think what you bought into and what we asked you to buy into are completely different in my mind.
So can I ask, what do you think it is that I bought into? Like what?
I mean, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but like just from your perspective, like what is your understanding of how I see it? If you can pinpoint that.
I just don't think you see it in the way that we explain it to you. I think you see it differently. What that is, I don't know, but it's very clear. It's different.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll ponder on it. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the time. And like I said before, sorry for laying it all on you, right? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but, it's kind of like the spillover effect, right? When things build up and things build up and then things build up, everything spills into one, and it seems like it's a much bigger thing than it really is. And I'd rather, laying out it completely on the table from my point of view, just so it doesn't get any worse than it quote unquote has to be. Do you get what I say when I say that?
Yes,
Okay.
I think again, you just need to really evaluate what you bought into,
I'm not trying to get shot, Chad.
because this isn't really all about what I think you want it to be. Like we're not gonna. It's all about being proactive, and you do what you want to do. We're not gonna call you every day and give you a pat in the back and appreciate you and give you credit. We have the meetings every Friday. Everybody knows the bigger picture is we all work towards it together, or in some instances, not even together.
Okay. Yeah. I'll reevaluate and ponder. Okay. Thank you for you guys' time. All right.
No problem.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks, Marty.
For the record, Harry, I do like you.
I mean, I fucking hate all of you.
Whoa.
WRP. Yeah, that is damn right.